Hello everyone, I'd like to show you what I'm calling our NAS 6X. It's a fully 3D printable and toolless PC NAS case that I've been working on for over a year now, and it's finally ready for release. In this video, I'll show you how it's built and what you'll need to make your own. So here's the case. It's the result of a lot of prototyping and testing with a lot of hardware combinations. Here I'll show you how easy it is to disassemble, which was one of the main design goals when I decided to create my own case, along with being as compact as possible. Just one thumb screw off, disconnect the necessary cables, and you're ready to replace any hard drive. Need to replace the SSDs or a blown power supply? Just another cover off and you have full access to it. The power supply is Full-ATX, making it very easy to replace. Need to service the motherboard or PCIe card? Remove one last cover and you have access to them. Then, just as easily, you can assemble everything back together. Now, I don't want to mess too much with this unit, since it's supposed to be up and running at this very moment, so I'll use another one in just a bit. This is another prototype that is full of non-working dummy parts, and it's what I'll use to show you how it's assembled and how strong it is. We can hit it on all sides and see that it's really sturdy and that it doesn't flex. We can also be a bit rough with it and the parts will not move. Everything stays in its place. Don't try this at home though. You can lift it from a side panel with the full weight of all the components, and you still won't notice any flex or case creaking. It also self-balances on its edge, but this is an unintended feature. Don't try this without some proper wedges or something. Now, let's get into the bill of materials. We're gonna need 2 kilograms of filament, preferably PETG, but PLA is fine for certain parts. Then 3 standard 80mm case fans, and finally a power button. That's it. In terms of 3D printer requirements, they're nothing special. Everything you see here was printed on a 5-year-old Prusa Mark III, but we are gonna need at least 2 40mm on the X-axis. So I'm sorry Ender 3 users, but it's not gonna fit without some splicing, and I really don't recommend that. Anything from Prusa or Bamboo Lab is gonna be fine, or any other printer with a similar build volume to those. Now, here are the parts that make up the core of the case. All of the weight of the components rests here, so it was really important to have a really strong core. All of the parts are really easy to print. They don't really require any post-processing, support removal, or special print settings. Screws are a little bit different. They have a couple of more walls or shells, and the infill is at 30%. This makes them more than strong enough for this application. Now, since there are different lengths, you'll notice these marks on the case and on the screws. They were placed there to make assembly easier. You just match the shape on the head of the screw with the corresponding shape on the case. Like here, circle with circle. The entire case is really easy to assemble using the thumb screws you just saw. Everything just snaps in place and takes around 10 to 15 minutes. This is now the completed core. This is what holds the entire weight of the components. What follows is a quick time-lapse of the rest of the build. This is just a reference though, there's a full step-by-step guide available. This is the case fully assembled. It's missing a few covers, but I'm saving those for the actual computer parts assembly. Now onto the computer parts. We start with the 3.5-inch hard drives. They get fitted with this caddy, which helps to ensure a tight fit and minimize vibrations. We then remove the top covers and grills. This basically allows us to insert all of the components. The motherboard slides right in. It's then locked with a pin that snaps into the case. Here we install the power supply, which is locked with a sliding screw. This allows for power supplies that have a bit of variation in length. The 24-pin and 8-pin cables go out through the front of the case, then right back in. We then place this cover to properly hide and secure the cables. We can fit up to 2 SSDs in the top of the power supply cover, which are then secured with another thumb screw. We install the PCIe card, then it's locked in place with the top cover. If the PCIe card is single slot, then we use this cover to keep it from moving. Finally, we snap the grills back in. A little cap to cover the thumb screw in the front, and we're done. So this is the R-NAS6X. The files are available in the description below. Now this is a new channel, so if you liked my video, then I would appreciate it if you liked and subscribed. The idea with this channel is to make more videos about unique designs like this, and with a focus on desktop-based CNC tech, such as 3D printers, routers, and vinyl cutters. So that's it now. Let me know what you think, and thanks for watching.